Welcome to our presentation of the Duckpin TV 2016 Championships. We are coming to you from Meadowbrook Lanes in Warwick, Rhode Island. I'm Pat Ruffo, and I'm joined by Eric Lateska and Jim Kaufman. We are going to be presenting tonight the second of our semifinal matches between number 1 seed Andy Fierlitvs and our number 4 seed Tommy Larsen. This is the scratch individual tournament that we've run as part of the entire tournament. These bowlers qualified through a 10-game process, and their individual efforts have gotten them to this point. These bowlers are both quality bowlers. They are very familiar with this house, both left-handed. Jim, Eric, what are your thoughts on this match, and what might you think be what would be the defining? What would you look for in this match?
Well, I tell you, I got to say, first and foremost, I'm looking to see Andy Fierlitvs put on the same show that he puts on every time that we put a camera behind him. He's a power bowler in a place that he's really, really comfortable and always performs well at. Look out for Andy, and I wouldn't count out at all Tommy here, who throws a very similar ball, just with a different velocity.
Well, we had a chance to talk with both Andy and Tommy, and here's what they had to say.
Okay, so hopefully the top seed bowler can actually make it past this one, because it's been a brutal weekend for me. Had only one game under 130, but let's just hope we can carry it into this and hopefully put on a show for everybody.
Very tough weekend. We started off well and struggled very this afternoon, but came back tonight, able to get the second seed, and now facing Andy. We didn't face this team at all this tournament, and been bowling him for years, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun match.
Well, you've had a chance to hear from our bowlers. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with the action right after this.
Must be a strike.
John Gorman, do or die here.
It's not. Oh! Hold all tickets, folks.
Well, you won't see a stranger one than that. And let's take a look.
Anybody going down the ramps will turn around and come back now, won't they, Mike? That's a live ball.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2016 Duckpin TV Championships. This week's match features our number 1 seed, Andy Fierlitvs, against our number 4 seed, Tommy Larsen, in the individual scratch championship. Tommy Larsen will be starting off our show on the left-hand lane, lane 3. I am joined once again by my compadres Eric Lateska and Jim Kaufman in the booth. We have an exciting match this evening. What do you think is going to happen tonight, boys?
Well, this is certainly an interesting matchup. We got a couple of lefties.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, actually, Pat, you belong out there with these.
I should be the third man in.
Honestly, you guys all have very similar.
I
angle
do.
Into the pocket, similar rotation on the ball, just maybe different velocities.
Yeah,
Right.
Tommy throws a little slower. I'd say I fit in between Tommy and Andy in terms of speed.
I think that's right. Andy, real powerful.
Andy hammers the ball down the
Lots and lots of spin and.
He throws an angry ball. I call it an angry ball.
Yes. Yeah, and he just played. Andy, this is maybe the 3rd or 4th time he has been on Duckpin TV in this bowling alley, in this very bowling alley, and he scores so well every time. So I think we're in for a treat today.
These bowlers made their way here through a team competition, and it's a 4-man team competition, but the individual scores in this particular tournament get you qualified for either the handicap or scratch division individual championships. In one of the preliminary games, Andy was just absolutely hammering the ball. His first 9 boxes was 9-drop or a strike, and he missed 3 singles and went like 187. It was crazy.
Yeah, would have shot at a no-tap 300, right?
I think he may have had a no-tap 300.
Well, if he didn't cover the spare in the 10th, then
so you can't tell.
That blew his chance.
Right. But he did have 10 for 10.
Right.
Well, while we were talking about him, Andy threw.
I didn't want to talk about that 9-10.
Yeah, incredible first ball in the 1-2 pocket, probably exactly where he wants the ball to go. But maybe a consequence of somebody with the ball, with the velocity and the spin that he has.
Yeah, everything flew over the top.
Everything left the plate, left the 9-10.
Not that time, though.
The
decided to go 1-3 on that one and
Yeah,
got a better reaction.
What an adjustment.
Well,
You hear the woos from the crowd. That was
a
something right there.
that was a really spectacular strike right there.
Remind the viewers here, this is a scratch match. This is the A division for the Duckpin TV Championship. As you said, Pat, the 1 and the 4 seed. There's Tommy Larsen answering the call that Andy just put
As
out there.
noisy as Andy can get, Tommy's just as quiet.
And yeah, we got a ball game. So this is scratch match. As I was saying, first frame we had Andy lead the 9-10 and then miss it twice.
Right.
Through a 10 box.
Yep.
He's leading by 2 pins and both holes have a
On a
in the
strike,
second.
yep. And any time they want, these guys can throw doubles.
And I just got to believe, we know this house works well for Andy. It's got to work well for Tommy.
Oh, he loves this play. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
he's not gonna. I mean, if he throws the ball right there, consistently, just like Andy, he's gonna get 9 or 10. I mean, the first box for Andy was just that doesn't happen often for him.
Yeah, and you see,
Didn't affect him really.
That's Tommy's comfortable side. I would guess
Yeah.
covers that, makes quick work of the 10 pin. I got to say, I mean, I think every advantage that Andy possesses in this house, Tommy possesses it, and here it's a good example of what you just saw from Tommy when he threw the strike in the frame before that and broke 9.
Right.
The way that the pins explode when his ball hits the
Right.
hits
They
the
mix.
pocket.
They mix really well.
The velocity is making a big difference
Nope.
between the way that these two
Not
balls
at all.
are hitting the pocket.
But when Andy, there is a difference though.
I
You
can
gotta
tell you.
admit there is a difference.
I
Those
mean,
were
you're watching two bowlers hitting two different sides of the pocket.
Right.
And Andy made that maybe intentional adjustment. Maybe he was just shooting the head pin and it's found the 1-3 pocket.
right. Right.
He's done that back-to-back times. There has been no doubt about.
Two very
Wow.
quick strikes.
Andy is the kind of bowler who, I mean, talk about feeding on momentum. He absolutely, the more he throws strikes, the more he throws strikes.
Yeah, Andy's somebody I've been bowling with for many, many years now, and it's really a treat to watch him when he's on the mark and feeling good and excited.
He's had carried the highest average, obviously, to be the #1 seed average over 148 in his 10 games.
That was just a little light. He left this, the 10 pin just didn't know better.
My eyes just
Get out the way.
My eyes must be deceiving me. Is that 10 pin still
Good
standing?
grief. Somebody forgot to tell that pin to go down.
Yeah, both of these bowlers just jamming it in the pocket.
And
And
going to be happy about making that single.
I can always tell when Andy's throwing his ball the way he wants to. When you see a little bit of a yank at the very bottom of his delivery, that means his timing.
Well, we
is on.
talked
He's
about
got-
that with Mark Parker. We talked about that with the person who's going to be bowling against the winner of this match, Joey Sears. They have that distinctive follow through, little uptick at the very end.
Tommy clearly not intimidated here. That's a
No,
nice hit.
no.
Calm, cool, and collected.
Even though Tommy was seated fourth, he actually averaged over 140, 142, almost a 143 average, which nothing to sneeze at there.
And Tommy's ball is just slow enough, man. He's got just enough revs and rotation, and it's going in the direction that he's actually got to account for it. The ball moves 3 to 4 boards.
Absolutely.
That makes shots like this a little bit tricky, potentially. I mean, some bowlers know their game so well and spot and shoot their spot so well that they're not too worried about whether or not the ball is going to hit the pin. They're looking at their spot and
Right.
they spot the ball.
Spot bowlers for sure.
Messenger.
And there's the old 710.
Hello.
The 710 the hard way. Big strike in the fifth for Tommy Larsen. And after that ball, we're going to have, right now, our bowlers are going to take a quick break, and as we are, we'll be right back after this message.
Must be a strike.
John Gorman, do or die here.
It's not. Hold all tickets, folks.
Well, you won't see a stranger one than that. And let's take a look.
Anybody going down the ramps will turn around and come back now, won't they, Mike? That's a live ball.
All right, welcome back to what is truly an exciting match to call
This is
here.
a good one. It's our scratch semifinals. Number 1 seed, number 4 seed. Both throwing the ball real well. Double is the difference.
Slobber knocker of a match? Is that a good word to use?
It's a slobber knocker. Just like this.
It's just dialed in.
Right? Didn't like it. He didn't like it. He knew when he let go.
But even when he rips the head, it's
6
destructive.
solid. I mean, many people would get 4 out of that. He carried the 7 and 10.
You gotta believe some of his angle has something to do with that. His ability to carry a few extra pins.
Right.
The rotation, but then just
The explosion, the pin action is unbelievable.
Andy's father, Gene, in the crowd today.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, Gene Fierlitvs.
Eastern Classic champion, multiple Pro Tour winner.
Yeah. Rhode Island State single game record holder. Is that still true, or has that been eclipsed?
I
At some
think
point
it's
he-
Dennis Cabral may have
May
that.
have it recently, but Gene certainly has
Back in the day.
260s, if I'm not mistaken. Dennis Cabral, another one of these lefties coming in from the left. Good rotation. You guys
Yeah, a little less velocity, but
smooth. Good reps.
completely accurate.
Wow. He's not leaving anything on the deck, that's for sure.
No,
There's no pin action.
No.
It's all gone.
It's all decided in a split second.
just really crushing it, sending the pins into the air.
Of course, I'm familiar with that.
Did a lot of drive on his ball. No side to side. That's all revs.
He took a little extra time on this one.
I saw that too, Pat.
Took a little extra
Yeah.
swing back, and I don't know if he was thinking. He still hit the object pin.
Well, it's one of
That might have made it.
you gotta wonder. It's one of a couple of things there. He's either taking the extra second because it's 3 pins. It's a little bit of a tricky thing. You're actually trying to shoot a pocket instead of the lead pin sometimes.
I don't necessarily think it was a
just
bad thing.
Or it was just on the left side of the lane.
No.
He's reset himself. Either way, I completely agree.
I think it was a good.
Yeah.
I think he made the right decision, but he had the bad result.
This time the messenger doesn't carry.
Does
the
not.
pin.
So stuck with the 4.
210.
The 210.
A little bit easier than the
He's
410.
hoping it
but
was a 410.
Got a tight match on hands, guys.
Gonna try and slide this over, hit the outside of the 2.
Oh, he did. He did.
Oh,
Wow.
He did.
Unbelievable.
Well,
He
the
had
messenger
crowd
didn't
the
come
first
the
time.
first time, but
Took
the
the scenic
second
route.
messenger showed up.
Yeah, you think back to that little split he left when he was just to the left of the 2 pin. He must have made the adjustment.
Got to take a very close look at the 6th frame for Tommy Larsen. That might end up being our moment of the match.
Down 5 pins, filling him up.
And leaving the
And he
oof.
Gets
It's gonna be a
rewarded.
little more tricky than the last
makes
one.
a split and gets rewarded with the most
guess you
difficult
gotta-
split in the game.
If you're gonna look at the cup half full, that's an 8 load. But good
I think
grief,
Andy Fierlitvs is laughing at that one. That's no justice.
that's not
No.
fair. That's just not fair. But like I said earlier, a couple weeks ago, this is worth a patch.
Give it a try.
Gave it a whirl. Gave it a whirl.
Yeah. Heard a little ooh from the crowd.
It's
It was a nice.
the only way
shot
to
on the
make that
outside.
shot is hit one of them. So he did.
Noticing our Duckpin TV executive producer Brian Ewing is like a statue down there holding
Yeah,
that
just
camera
so you
on lane
know,
1.
Our executive producer today is doing yeoman's work. Very difficult job he's doing this evening. It's a stressful job. He's coming back, needs a massage, I think. If
Manning
there's
a camera.
there's anybody in the house, massage therapy, he may need one.
Sure, he doesn't want to be moving around.
Nobody on our staff is a massage.
We're not good. I don't know.
Although Jim, maybe you'll give him one.
I'll walk on his back.
There you go. Andy with a little extra hand clap on that.
Yeah, well, he knew that was an important moment to come back from 2 open frames.
Big,
Tommy had just
big ball.
overtaken him.
Big ball.
That's a big answer after losing his lead, just like you said.
He is down 2 pins and up a hit. This is a back and forth match. 3 frames to go for both bowlers.
Andy with the half and half pink and blue Comet as his first ball.
This is some good stuff right here.
This could be an enormous moment in the pocket.
Oh my goodness gracious. That is what you call hello, goodbye.
And we had talked about him not leaving a lot of pins on the plate. He was fortunate
Well,
enough to leave,
that time he
leave
did.
some wood on, and he got the max. He got the max reaction out of that
one he
deadwood,
needed.
tickling the 2 and which tickled the 4. Dramatic strike.
It was such a slow reaction that the automatic score didn't even give him that. That had to be hand entered as a strike.
Tommy quickly finds himself in a little bit of trouble here. After really
He
not making
put
any
himself
mistakes.
in a prime position, and then Andy just stepped up and took all the momentum right back. Second double of the match for Andy Fierlitvs.
There's the first couple of balls we've seen Tommy miss with.
Well, when you go off the side, it's so hard to come back with that second ball. What do you don't want to go through the hole, and you don't want to chop again.
Trying to make an adjustment.
There's a lot of stuff going through your head. I mean, he made 10 out of that, which is an awesome 10, but
He's got 2 frames left, and
it's a must mark, not a must strike yet. Still has a potential 173. Fierlitvs clearly.
scratch 173. Really, both bowlers putting on a show here.
Yep. Look at the action. Look at the action. He'll see your. He says, "I'll see your 2-6 and I'll raise you 2." Look at
Andy
that.
Celebrating the left strikes there. I mean, he just barely. I have to say
Kicked out
that
the.
that strike then.
Kicked out the 2-3-6-9-6-8. So no,
2-3-4-6.
2-3-4-6. Kicked it out.
He ripped for 10.
He did. He absolutely ripped for 10.
Couple tickling of the ivory strikes from each of our bowlers.
We'll see how Andy responds to that. Filling a double.
And there is an opening.
It's the worst feeling in the world when you're on a double.
It's not
It
over.
is not over.
2 or
not
more
over.
strikes in a row.
This next ball is critical. Big Phil is he really needs to get 7, 8, 9 here. Just to force Tommy to throw another strike.
Unbelievable.
Representing the lefties. Representing the lefties.
No, you gotta say here, if you're Tommy Larsen,
It's bad break.
yeah,
Terrible break.
that takes a little wind out of your sails here. It doesn't change what you got to do, but that is unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
Puts Andy
you
up
know
20.
what? This game gives and takes away, and that right there was it was a gift, and Andy will take it.
Still needs to complete his game strength.
Almost made the 7 on 4, but left the 7 on 3.
I'm kind of surprised the way these pins have kind of, Jim, as you say, tickled each other and
Right.
fallen. That 7 pin looked like it got tickled to me.
Well, the importance of that pin standing up is he cannot shut out Tommy, no matter what happens here.
And now Tommy with a double load can win this match.
And he'll need 2 strikes in the 10th.
So Andy Fierlitvs puts up a 161, and it's not a winner yet. Right now, Tommy Larsen needs to throw the next 2 balls and knock down all the pins, and then we'll see what happens with the load.
Right. Andy gives some encouraging words to Tommy before he takes the lane.
And really, just this next ball needs to be a strike. This one doesn't need 2 in the 10th. He needs this one, though.
And that's going to shut him out, I believe.
That ball tracks past the head pin.
Yeah, went crossed over. So we have our scratch finals now set. the 2016 Duckpin TV Championship Division A match will be against Andy Fierlit and Joey Sears. That will take place next week.
Tommy gets a little unlucky.
Tommy had a nice game. You know, he throws in the 140s and just not good enough.
These two very respectful to one another in
As
victory or defeat.
you gotta love that in Duckpin bowling. You know, they know each other. They bowl against each other a lot.
And they have something in common.
They're both good left-handed bowlers.
Absolutely.
So we'll be back after this message with our moment of the match and a look at next week's finals right after this. Welcome back to our coverage of the Duckpin TV 2016 Championships. We are here at Meadowbrook Lanes in Warwick, Rhode Island, and we have just concluded our second semifinal match in the Scratch tournament for the individuals. We had Andy Fierlit going up against Tommy Larsen, and Andy was the winner in a very hotly contested match. Gentlemen, Eric, Jim, give us something, a moment that defined this match. It was a good one.
Well, I think they each had their own moment. And it came to a point where we had noticed that when Andy Fierlit, every time he threw his ball, he just blew all the pins off the deck. Well, he actually left the pin, left some deadwood up on the deck, and luckily he did. He had left the 2-4. Pin came spinning over, barely touched the 2, which tickled into the 4, so for a very dramatic strike. What does Josh Lowell do? He gets right up there, rips the middle, leaves the 2, 3, 4, 6. He has some dancing pins. Sure enough, you see the 2, the 3, the 4, the 6 fall. So 2 very dramatic, exciting strikes right back to back.
Yeah, very fun moment.
That was a rip for 8, rip for 10. Really.
Yeah.
We had a chance to talk with Andy after the match, and here's what he had to say.
With the first match, a lot of confidence after the third box when I threw the double. And it was a good ball, and a lot of confidence going in after that. And then got a little lucky with the other double, but rather be lucky than good some days.
Next week, we're going to come back with our finals for the individuals in the Scratch tournament. Our number 1 seed, Andy Fierlit, will be going up against our number 2 seed, Joey Sears. And what seems to be a classic match of young versus experience looks to be a great finals. Hopefully you like us on Facebook still, follow us on Twitter, and please share this video with all of your friends. Thank you. Have a good day.